Students, good morning. Online students, am I audible, students? Okay. Now we'll move to the further. Problem లేదు కదా when you sit here. No problem, na? Problem, huh? So, now I will move to the further. So, have we executed previous CSV? Executed? Got it? Girls, executed everybody? Okay, కొంతమంది చూస్తే నాకు అనిపించట్లే ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసినట్టు. Everybody practiced. Practiced. Everybody. Good. Some of them not saying like this also. Not saying like that, not saying like that. Watching. Do practice. Go to 9 a.m. Under files, under that index of files. There we discussed already. CSV file is completed. Now CSV file once again I am going to discuss when I come to pandas level. NumPy level, once again I will come. Differences between database softwares and CSV file. How to query the data from both the places I will explain. These what we did only how to create a CSV file, how to write the data, how to read the data we said. When we enter into further, how to query the data. I want to find the names of the people whose marks are ranges between so and so. I will go for querying the data, I will tell you. It's a very, very important in the data analysis and analytics concept. Okay. So students, now I'm entering into the further. So coming to the place, now I'm going to start with Ashish Kumar. Sir, screen is not showing. Why this screen is not showing, ma? Everybody is, my screen is visible to everybody. I hope. Why it is not visible to you, I don't know. It is, I hope it is visible. Okay, take care. Now I'm entering into working with JSON file. Now I'm entering into this place. Let us start with working with a JSON file now. Good. So here I'm going to start with working with JSON files. Very, very important. Try to follow me carefully here. So JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. So coming to the point of it. So here I'm writing JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. JavaScript Object Notation. Do you know JavaScript? Don't know. Why sir will ask questions like that? Do you feel like that? Do you, you're not a student or another? Okay. So here, students, JavaScript Object Notation. Okay, don't think that JavaScript and this JavaScript, don't think that. Actually, I can relate to that if you know JavaScript. So attend HTML, CSS. Already you know you are in the full stack now. Those who are in full stack, attend UI. After our batch is started, some batches are already scheduled in HTML and all. Try to attend that. Okay, don't wait for until total Python is getting completed. So this JSON file, what is the use of this JSON file here? So JSON file is also a text file. JSON file is also text file, and it must be saved on some file name with an extension .json. Here file name dot what? JSON. So sir, what is this JSON file format is? JSON file format is used in Java also, used in PHP also, used in all web application development basically, used in Java also, used in Django also, used in every web application development related technologies. Sir, why? JSON file format is one of the is one of the lightweight, lightweight, lightweight component, lightweight file format, lightweight file format, and it is used in and it is used in data transformation, data transformation, data transformation in web application development, in web application development, in web application development. So here JSON file format is one of the lightweight file format and used in data transformation in web application development. That is between between client between client and what server, between client and server, between client and server. In these places, this kind of thing will be using. Sir, why? There are a lot of file formats are there. Why this file format only popular? Because it is a lightweight file format it is. Because in industry, there is an XML files are there. There is an XML file. There is a PDF file. There is a so many number of files are there. But this file format only suitable for all web application development because they suggested that compared to all the files in the web in the internet world, this only will take it as what lightweight component, taking less memory space while it is transmitting the data from browser to the server. Sir, what exactly JSON file look like? How JSON file look like and how it is related to the Python? JSON file transfers the client data, that is a browser data, to the server side in the form of key comma value pair. So let us take one small example. If you are already thorough with it, if you are already thorough with it, if you are already thorough with it, let us take a simple example here. I'm going to take a HTML, HTML forms, HTML forms, HTML forms. You take it. Any one of the HTML form you take it. Some image I'm taking it. Take this example. Take this example. This part I'm going to show. Username and password. In HTML, you will write the code like this. I think you know how to prepare HTML form. All controls, text controls, button controls, text area controls, checkbox controls, radio box controls, submit attachment controls. Attachment, you know, now? You know, attachment. Don't know. I want to send my entire resume with 6 pages. I will do what attachment will be there or not? Mails. Don't know. In the WhatsApp also attachment is there or not? Yeah, at bit face. So I should feel that you know that attachment symbol is there or not. So that attachment symbols, they're all called what? HTML controls. HTML controls. Now see, I will enter what here? Username. Username. I will enter KVR here. And I'll enter the password here. Password I will enter, which I'm entering the password, something like this it is going to be. The moment when you submit from the browser, do you know, when it is visiting to the server side, internally, our application internally prepare, all web application prepare this data to be transmitted to the server side program in the form of one file. That file format is called what? JSON file format. What it contains, sir? It contains like this. What that contains, ma? Username, username. That is called the text control you are giving. In the HTML, you are writing input type is equal to text. Input type is equal to text. Name is equal to username. Are you giving like this or not? Username. What is this username? It is the variable name pointing to our text field. L1 is equal to list of. S is equal to str of we are writing or not. What is that S are called? Variable, object pointing to the memory space. Simply, this text field is pointed by the name called what? Username. Username, what you entered? KVR. Username colon KVR. Next is called password colon what is the value you entered. This data will be sending from browser to the server in the form of a file. That file is called what? JSON file. This file is taking lightweight capacity compared to all the file formats in the web application development. So in the revelation of web application development, they studied almost all web application development file formats. But which file format is taking very less weight? JSON file format. That's why it is a popular file format in the web application development. Not only Python related, Java also JSON file, .NET also JSON file, PHP also JSON file. All web applications, when you use it, JSON file will be coming into picture. It is important in data science as well as in Django also. When it goes over there, it will verify by connecting to the database, username, password, and it will be giving you what inbox will be coming. But inbox also will come to the browser in the form of what? JSON file only. One more form, let me take it. One more form, let me take it. Here I will take this one. This file format I will take it. See, mom, this one you see. Try to look at this. Look at this now. What is happening? First name, last name, email, password, gender, and age, preferences, and see the preferences and writing some description about it. All these things. Are you seeing this now? These are all called different controls of HTML. How it is prepared? The file is prepared. First name, colon, value you are entering. Last name, ln, colon, email colon. Next is called password colon. Next is called gender colon. Next is called what? Age colon. This everything is prepared. What are the entries you entered? All the entries will be sent to the server in the form of one file format. That file format is what? JSON file format. When you are going to fill up JE mains advanced or JE mains are advanced when you are writing, or you fill up the application format or not, that application format is sending the data to the NTS server in the form of JSON file format only. Are you getting my point? Result portals you take it, result portals. When the results are announced, are you entering your hall ticket number or not? Hall ticket number will be sending to the server in the form of JSON file. The server will connect to what? Database. From database, it will get what? Your hall ticket number, your name, your parent names, section 1, section 2, total marks, everything again coming to the browser in the form of JSON file again. So the transmission of the data between two applications in the web is going to be done with the simple file format called JSON file format. Important students. In Django important. In data science, when I'm using EDA projects, I will use this JSON file again. So JSON file contains the data in the form of what? Key, comma, value pair. Keys are called what? Form field names. Form field names. First name, last name. That are called labels. Labels will have internally what? One name will be there. That are called form field names. Are you following me? Form field names. Because in HTML you will come across this. Input type is equal to text. Name is equal to will give. That name is nothing but a variable name pointing to the text field. Okay. And the value which you entered is sending to the server side to the client in the form of key, comma, value pair. How it is related to Python? How it is related to Python? Come on, how it is related to Python? Everybody need to say. Very good. Himanshu, very good student. Dictive. It is related to what? Dictive. Key, comma, value pair, who will organize? Dictive. So tell me, students, who will organize the data in the form of key, comma, value pair in Python? Dictive. Our JSON file is organizing in the form of what? Key, comma, value pair of our browser data or server data or any data which is available in a file format. Key, comma, value pair, that is called what? JSON file. Any file contains the data in the form of key, comma, value pair. It is called what? JSON file. So I want to do what? Parsing. Parsing means what? Convert the JSON file data into dictionary. That is called parsing, means converting. Parsers we can call. Converting JSON file data to which data? Dictionary. Dictionary data to what again? JSON file. What is the transmission? Tell me. JSON file data to dict object. dict object to JSON file. Two conversions. Dict object present in where? Dict object present in where? Main memory. చెప్పాను కదా ఆల్రెడీ. Objects present in where? Main memory. Files resides in where? Yes, all files. CSV files, flat files, JSON files, CPP files, Java files, Python files present in where? Secondary memory. Even our JSON file also present in where? So we are going to transmit the dict data to what? JSON file. And JSON file data to what? Dict. Pickle. Did you remember pickling? So what is that now? Object data transferred to the file by using which function? Dump. Pickle dot dump of object comma iterable object comma file pointer. And again I want to get the record from the file to what? Object. We used what? Object name is equal to pickle dot load of file pointer. Done. Right. Similarly, if I want to deal with the JSON file in Python programming, we will use a module called JSON. What is that? JSON. JSON file format organizes the data in the form of key comma value pair. To read the JSON file data into my Python programming, one and only one object is holding, that is called a dict object. So JSON file data converted into what? That is known as parsing. Here the question is coming. What do you mean by JSON parsing in Python? JSON parsing is nothing but getting the JSON file data into the dict object. What do you mean by dict parsing? Converting the dict object data into the JSON file format. It is known as what? Parsers. Understand my point? Yes. Now there is a two lines you understood. Dict object becomes JSON file data. JSON file data object becomes dict data. There are two functions I will tell you. What is the module name to deal with JSON file? JSON, pickle, CSV, JSON. In JSON, there is a function name called what? Dump. JSON dot dump. Spell out. How easily we can remember pickle dot dump. Here, JSON dot dump. What is the object? Dict object comma compulsory dict object only. Dict object comma file pointer. So that the dict object data saved in where? JSON file. Okay, now I want to read what data again? JSON file data to what? Dictionary. For that there is a function called load. JSON dot load of a file pointer, which returns what? Dict object. Dict object only it returns. It won't return any of the other objects. Dict data becomes a JSON file. JSON file data becomes what? Dict object. Clear or not clear? Clear. Now I will move to the further. So what is the question coming? What is the JSON file? JSON file is one of the lightweight file format used in web application development for data transmission between browser and the server side application. Browser is nothing but client. That is only the lightweight format compared to all the file formats in the industry. Understand? Well, coming to that, when you go to Java field, sometimes we use XML documentation there. But data transmission is always JSON file only. But in Django level, we will use JSON file concept only most of the time. In all the times, we use JSON file only. Getting my point? So we understood what is the module name there? So JSON. What are the functions you know? JSON dot dump. What are the syntax? Dict object comma file pointer. That is to transmit dict object data to JSON file. So JSON file data want to bring into where? Dict object. What is the function name? JSON dot load of file pointer. Returns what? Dict object. That is done. So coming to the point of it, now I'm going to enter into the further. To work with the JSON files, now I'm going to write it. To work with which files? JSON files. We use predefined module. We use a predefined module called what? JSON. JSON. So Spandana, sir, you are sharing web screen. See, mom, it is. I shared it now. I am explaining there. Now again, I'm coming to my explanation. Okay, now to work with the JSON file, we are using predefined module called JSON. So programmatically, everybody should understand that JSON file data, the JSON file data is related to dict object data in Python. Dict object data in which language? Python. Always remember it. So what are the transmission lines here? Dict object data will become JSON file data. JSON file object data becomes dict object. Two functions are what? JSON dot dump dict object comma file pointer. JSON dot load of file pointer returns dict object. That is two things clear. Let me go to one more thing, students. Now here, students, how to represent JSON data into the Python programming. JSON file format is one aspect. JSON data, JSON data, JSON file data is one thing. Here, JSON data is called, first of all, what is this? JSON is also one of the text file. JSON data is first of all one kind of what data? Text only. It is text only. How to represent it? Now I'm going to specify. JSON data, JSON data represented as represented as represented as follows. As follows. What is that? Here I am writing it. JSON data is equal to, that is a variable name, is equal to single quotes, curly brace starts, curly brace end, single quotes end, single quotes end. In this place, I will write it. Always remember key 1, and next I will write it colon value 1, comma key 2, key 2. I am writing here key 2, colon what? Value 2, comma, I will write it, comma, I will write it, key n, and next is called a colon. What is this now? Value n, value n. I'm writing it. Carefully follow, students. Here I'm writing it. Here I'm writing it. Single quote started here. Single quotes ending here. Key 1 colon value 1. Key 2 colon value 2. Key n colon value n. You may have a doubt, students. What is this JSON data? Here, if you want, this is just written directly. Here, JSON data is of type. Can anybody can answer? Is of type. Anybody can answer it? Is of type. Class. Very good. Uma, good. STR. Why STR? Any data enclosed within single quotes or double quotes or triple double quotes or triple single quote, it is which type? So why are you not answering? ఎందుకు ఆన్సర్ చేయట్లేదు? వై ఆర్ యు నాట్ ఆన్సరింగ్? ఎందుకు ఆన్సర్ చేయట్లేదు అంటున్నాను నేను. వై? బికాజ్ ఆల్రెడీ ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్. సింగిల్ కోడ్స్ ఇట్ ఈస్ దేర్. వై ఆర్ యు నాట్ ఆన్సరింగ్? ఐఎమ్ ఆస్కింగ్. Certain things you have to say, students. If you don't answer it, it's a problem. Now I'm saying. Now I'm going to say, sir, why to write only starting with a single quote, sir? Why not you write like this? Look at ma once. Even I will get the doubt. You also should get the doubt. Sir, I am starting with a double quote, sir. Ending, sir. Ending, sir. Now I am writing here closing, sir. Double quotes I am writing. That is okay. But when you come to here, single quote, if you write it, key 1, colon, single quotes, and what I'm writing, single quotes, value 1 I'm writing, value 1 I'm writing. See this now carefully. This double quotes and the single quote becomes mismatching. Actually, this double quotes taken as this curly brace open, this is going to be taken as these two things are trying to match by the PVM. that gives error. What codes you are starting, you need to end with the same codes or not? Already we did that. So this is an error. You cannot write like this. But when you start this one, it is not going to consider this part here. It is not going to consider this part here. This indicates this starting and ending. And this starting and ending will be like this. So JSON file format to be represented like this only, but not in this format, because this will be having more preference will be given compared to what single quotes in the programmatic approach. So JSON file format data to be taken like this only. So let me go to the example now. Carefully try to follow. Here I'm going to write it. Come on now. Program for program for demonstrating the JSON JSON string format How do you write it? JSON data is equal to single quotes. I will write it stno. I need to follow exactly what I said. Is equal to 100 is equal to 100. I said like this, comma, name. I said colon, what I am writing here, Rosam. Next I am writing marks colon. I am writing 78.99. 78.99. I said like this, and closing of it. I think it is easy for you to understand, students. Are you following, students? Now, you print the type, students, here. What is the type here? Print of. What is this now? Type of JSON, JSON data. JSON data. I'm going to write it JSON, JSON data to dict data. I'm giving some file name. You don't worry. For a minute, you don't worry. .py. .py. Save this now. Go to the 9 a.m. Under that, I'll take a separate folder, JSON. Under that, notes, I will save it. Under this part, I will save my program. So here I mentioned it. Okay. Come out of that and try to go to the command prompt here. CMD, try to write it. Here I'm going to write it. Run this. See, my dear students, E colon KVR Python 9 a.m. CD JSON, sorry, CD JSON, say there py JSON to dict. Which type it is? STR. JSON. Which type of STR it is? JSON related STR. Why not it is a simple STR? Why not it is a simple STR? Simple STR is only double quotes or single quotes or triple quotes, but it is in the form of STR only within the key comma value pair. STR only, but it is in the form of what? Key comma value pair. That is speciality kada. Any string is not in the form of key comma value pair, but this is the STR in the form of what? Key comma value pair. Okay. So I'm writing here. Here I'm writing JSON data. JSON data. I will print it. JSON data is equal to comma what? I will write it is equal to under. It's a type under it's a type I will write it. Type is equal to dot format of JSON data comma type of JSON data. I hope you are following me. Execute it. What is happening? Close up. So here you see mom JSON data which is printed. Whose type is what? STR. STR. Now I want to go for what? Go to this place of 50. Now I am going to take up. This is the data. Now I will say that convert this data into which type? Convert this data into which type? So I'm going to say convert into which type? Come on. Convert JSON data into which type? Dictor type. By using there is a function name called loads. Loads, yes, that yes. Load is what? JSON file to what? Dict object. That is from secondary memory to the main memory. But this is what? JSON data is there in the memory only in the form of object, converting into memory to memory only. In the memory to memory, one object to another object. Which object I am converting? Which object I am converting? ఇంకేం రాదు అసలు ఏమా JSON data, JSON data, str data, present in where? Main memory, main memory, converted into what? Converted into list or tuple or set or dicta. Why only dicta? Because str data in the form of key comma value pair converted into which type? అది తెలియదు అది. Dicta also will present in where? Main memory. What is the function name I am using? JSON dot loads. That S stands for string. Which string? JSON string. Of what I will pass it? JSON data, which returns what object? Dicto bj is equal to JSON dot loads of. Next print income. Dicta object data. Dicta object data. Which memory? Main memory. Saved into where? Saved into where? JSON file. JSON file. File present in which memory? What is the syntax there? JSON dot dump of which object? Dicto bj. And what is this now? File pointer. File pointer. So to save my dicta object data into JSON file, I must open the file in which mode? Reader. అక్కడ చూడండి మొద్దు బాబులు. Save. Save which data? Dicta object data. Saved into where? JSON file. Which operation? మీరు అసలు ఏం రాదు మీకు అసలు. Waste candidates. So go to that 9 AM files. Here go to the operation, operations and files. మీరు చదువుకోరు పెట్టరు ఊరికి వస్తారు ఇడికి. Purpose of write operations is to transfer or save the object data in the main memory of compute from the main memory in the file of which memory? Choose the file name. Open the file name in which mode? Write mode. వాళ్ళు చెప్పలేదు అది. Save the object data of main memory as a record in the file of what memory? What is it? Choose the file name, open the file name in write mode, perform the cycle of write operations. So here I'm going to say dicta object data of main memory saved in a JSON file of secondary memory. We will use what? Dump object data file pointer. తెలియదు ఇది. Which mode you will open it? Write mode. అదే అడిగేది ఇప్పుడు. The moment when you say, already I say give a very good explanation for you. Still CSV files over, flat files over, under flat file pickling done, big example done in the class, like almost like a big project level. Next is called what? JSON file data. JSON file data of which memory? Secondary memory. To be read. To be read into where? Read into which object? Dicta object of which memory? Main memory. To be done in where? JSON dot load. Load of what? File pointer. Which returns which object? Which returns which object? Dicta object. What is the difference between loads? Load. Load is from file to main memory. This is what? String to string. String to string. So I hope that it is clear. మీరు చదువుకొని వస్తే ఏమైనా చెప్పొచ్చు. మీరు చదువుకొని రాని వాళ్ళకి ఏం చెప్పినా వేస్ట్ అది. ఎవడన్నా నిద్రపోతుంటారు అనుకోండి, లేపడం చాలా ఈజీ. హూ ఇస్ స్లీపింగ్ ఐ విల్ మేక్ దమ్ ఈజీలీ. నాట్ స్లీపింగ్, నాట్ వేకింగ్ అప్ ఇన్ మిడిల్, టు మేక్ దమ్ ఈజ్ వెరీ డిఫికల్ట్. అట్లా చదువుకోరు, అట్లా చదువుకోకుండా ఉండరు. neither you read completely nor you not read. You will read and not read. You are in the middle. Very danger. Always in middle. Who is staying on the wall is very danger. So JSON file data to read into the dict object. I will use JSON dot load of file pointer. Returns what object? Dict object. So these are two pairs is done. Main memory to secondary memory. This is called what? Dump off. Secondary memory to main memory load JSON dot. Next is called what? In the memory only, in the main memory only, what is that? JSON data to what? Dict. Which function? ఇక్కడ చెప్పాను కదా, loads. Loads. Now next is called what? Dict to what? JSON. Dict to what? JSON. These are the two lines, two layers are there. Here two layers are there. Totally four operations we do now. Compulsory question. These are only coming across in your application development. So this part I will ask you. You need to answer it. I don't want to give the answer. You only need to tell the answer to me. So first I will go for what? This conversion I will go. Next conversion is what here? Next conversion is what? Dict object data. Dict object data. Which memory? Main memory. Converted into uh, JSON str data. It is also in where? Main memory. Now you need to tell. You need to tell the question mark I am keeping because I already said in the class. That I already said in the class. Dumps అంటే లోడ్స్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ డంప్స్. ఇది మన ఎంత ఒరిజినల్ నాలెడ్జ్ అంటే లోడ్స్, ఇక్కడ లోడ్స్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ డంప్స్. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ లోడ్స్ లోడ్, ఇక్కడ ఇక్కడ డంప్, లోడ్స్ లోడ్, డంప్, ఇక్కడ డంప్స్. ఈ అతి తెలివితోనే మనకేం రాదు ఫస్ట్. బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ అతి తెలివి ఓన్లీ వీఆర్ నాట్ గెటింగ్ ఎనీథింగ్. రైట్ హిమాన్సు, రైట్. సో Himanshu, this is what is called a wrong answer. Come on, convert loads. So how do you go for it? By using loads. What is the syntax here? What is the syntax here? Madhubabul, come on. Dict object is equal to JSON dot loads of JSON str data. Come on, D is equal to JSON dot loads of what is this now? JSON data. This is a variable name. I will write it. Now I am going to write it. Print of what is this now? I'll print it. Dict data is equal to and the type is equal to, I will write it, dot format of what is my data? D comma type of D. Very, very important. Very, very important. So try to run this example. PY. Execute this now. So go to that. Close this now. Here I am going to enter. Execute this part. You see that what happens? Import the JSON here. Import the JSON. Import. What is this now? JSON. Execute it. Close this part. Execute this now. PY. Here you see. This is called which data? Dict data. Class is dict. If you want to see the dict data in the form of key comma value pair for k comma v in d dot items of print of backslash t key and then value, I will write it dot format of what is this? K comma v. So you can just have the look at once and then do. Execute it. Now you print this data. Am I getting these values or not? Yes, very, very important. What this conversion is called? JSON data to dict data. Now I am going for reverse. What is the function name I am using? Loads. Reverse. You have to tell. Otherwise, if you don't tell, it will make you to sit on the ground like this. I will make you to sit on this. ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇంతవరకు కూర్చోబెడతాం. తెలుసు కదా? In bus seats are not there. Where passengers will sit? in the way, right? Well, ante kada. If you don't read well, I have to give the punishment for you. So go to the next. Others I will take it. Python program for demonstrating. Program for demonstrating. Demonstrating. Program for demonstrating. Which data? Yes, dict data. Dict data to what? JSON str data. JSON str data. Demonstrating dict data to JSON str data. So there I'm going to write it. There I'm going to write it. What is this now? Dict to dict data to what? JSON str data. Dot what? P1. Come on. What is my dict? D is equal to ENO, EMPNO. EMPNO is equal to, already you know students, EMPNO colon 100. Next is called what you know? Name. Name. I will write it Travis. Travis. Next is called a cell colon 5.6. 5.6 comma author. Author. I'm writing here scientist. So scientist. So I just wrote like this. Which data this is? Which data this is? Print of which data? Dict data is equal to and type is equal to like this dot format of d comma type of d type of d. So there I'm going to write it here. There is no need to go for any kind of thing importing at this stage. Save this data, students. This data you go to it, save it, go to this place, py. Here I'm getting it. So what happens? Again, close the bracket. Close the bracket. This is called a dict data, whose type is called what? Dict. Now convert. Now I'm asking the question. You got to answer it. Keep in mind, if you don't answer, I'll make you to sit on the ground. Be careful. Now I will go for convert. Convert. This is the one I will go for converting into this place. Convert. Convert which data? Convert which data? Dict data. Dict object data to JSON str data format. It is not file format. JSON str data in the memory only. JSON file format is different. JSON str format is different. JSON str format is the str type present into main memory only. JSON file format is also going to contain same thing, but file resides in where? Secondary memory. First of all, are you getting clarity now? Now, come on, how do you do this now? Come on. Hmm? What is that? How do I convert? How do I convert? How do I convert? మీకు గుర్తుండదు మీరు అంత గజనీలు కాబట్టి యూఆర్ ఆల్ గజనీస్. సో 9 AM type casting. Go to type casting techniques. STR. Please read out. The STR is used for converting all types of values into STR type value. All types of values. అంటే ఇది అది అని కాదు, అన్ని all types of values into which type? చెప్పలేదా? Explained or not explained? Explained or not explained? Explained. మన దాంట్లో అన్నీ ఉంటాయి. బికాజ్ ఇట్ ఇస్ అన్ ఇండియన్ కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్. భారత రాజ్యాంగంలో అన్నీ ఉంటాయి. ఇది ఉంటుంది ఇది ఉండదని కదా, అన్నీ ఉంటాయి అందులో. మనం చదువుకోవాలి. అయితే యూ నీడ్ టు రీడ్ వెల్. ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్ రీడ్, వాట్ కెన్ ఐ డూ స్టూడెంట్స్? సో ఓన్లీ వన్ స్టూడెంట్ ఈస్ సేయింగ్, ఉమా ఈస్ సేయింగ్, అదర్స్ ఆర్ జస్ట్ లైక్ coming to the class, just watching whether our voice is coming or not. Like that. Students, once we are something, we need to live with more subject oriented, more responsible, more committed towards our career. So don't feel it. Even if I do many feats in the class, there is no use of it. Please keep in mind first this point. Okay. Do that what now? JSON str data is equal to str of what? D. str of D. How simple concept it is. Explained or not explained? Explained. మరి ఎందుకు గుర్తులేదు? Why? So now I want to print. What is that now? Print. What is this now? JSON str data is equal to dot format of and type I will write it. Type is equal to dot format of what? JSON str data comma what? Come on. JSON str data comma what? Type of what? JSON str data. JSON str data. JSON str data. Done. So go to this place now, students. Here I am going to write it. Coming to the point back. Here I am writing. Save this now. Execute. Execute. Go to this place. Py. Here I am going to get it. JSON str data. This is the data. Type is called what, ma? str. What is the earlier type, students? Dict. What is the type now? str. Get converted or not? So what are the two functions we used it? How do you convert JSON str data to dict? Loads. How do you convert a dict to JSON str data? str of. Okay, now these two things over now. This is main memory to in the memory only we converted. Now we are going to dict to the file. I am going to dict to the file. Which file? JSON file. Shall I go to JSON file now? Yes. So online students, I think it is clear. Go to the place. Now I'm going to take up one more thing now. JSON file and a dict object. So I'm going to write it. Next variety of that, I'm going to write it. Program for mm, saving. Program for saving which data? Dict object data. Dict object data into the JSON file. Come on. How do I do that? What is that now? To do this, I'll use which function? To save dict object data into the JSON file. We use JSON dot dump of dict obj dot file pointer. File pointer. Actually, these are dead easy for you. Already pickle dump is over or not? Frame on the module is different. JSON dot dump of. Earlier it is called iterable object. Now it is a fixed object name called what? Dict object. How simple it is. Why difficulty you are feeling? Come on, tell me now. What should I do now? Create a dict object or not? How to create a dict object now? I'm going to take a dict object. How do you take a dict object now? Take the dict object. Take any dict object. I will take this dict object. I'll take this dict object here. Yes, put it across. Now I'm going to take up next. What is the next one? I'll take it. Dict object is available. The data I need to save it into main memory or not. D is represented in where? What is the D object? Present in where? Main memory. All objects of Python belongs to what? Main memory only present. Okay, that object data is temporary or permanent? Temporary. So I need to save permanently. How do you do that? Apply the operations on files. What operation I have to apply? Read or write? Write. Write means what steps? Choose the file name. Open the file name in write mode. Perform cycle of write operation. Which file name I need to choose? JSON file. What is the extension of JSON files? .json. Tell me. Now I should do what? Choose the file name. Open it into write mode. Okay. Now I'm writing. Choose. Come on. The JSON file and open it into which mode? Okay. Tell me now. With the open of, I need to go for creating the JSON file. Sir, where I want to choose? In the current place, you can choose it. but I want to place my data into where? Nodes. In 9am only, in JSON only, JSON. In the nodes, I want to keep it. So definitely I need to write what, students? Definitely I need to go for writing this like this, and I will write what? Who is this? EMP dot what? JSON. Be careful. I need to write double slashes here. Double slashes, I rotate. Write like this. Are you following, students? JSON nodes emp.json, comma. It is your chance. A na, W na, whatever you like it, to take it as what? FP. FP. Fixed things, these are all called. Okay. What should I do next? What should I do next? My file is opened it and FP is pointing to that. I have to transfer my dict object data to the file or not. Which function I will use it? Dump. Present in where? So import what now? JSON. Come on. Come on. I should say JSON dot dump of dump of D, comma FP. What is the D here? Dict object. Dict object. Here FP is pointing to this file. This is, I will write it if you want. Why to get confused? Dict obj, dict obj. I'll write it dict obj, pp, fp. Now I'm going to say, what is this now? File data. Dict object data. Dict object data saved in which file? JSON file. JSON file. Verify. Verify. So verify. That's all. So execute it. Execute it. There I'm writing hmm, dict object to JSON file. JSON file dot py. Earlier what? Dict object to JSON str data. This is called what? Dict object to JSON file. JSON file. So save it, execute it. See, students, in our right now, in our place of 9am, under the JSON file, under the JSON, under the notes, no more file is available. Here, emp.json will be created with a representation. In that one, symbolic notation will be coming inside. That is a curly brace open, curly brace close, curly brace open, curly brace close. This indicates what? A file format. It represents which file? JSON file. So let us go to the place. Here I am going to write it. Let us save this kind of thing. Immediately it will be saved it. Go to the place here. So what is happening? Not this one. Py. See this now, students. What is happening? Dict object data saved in JSON file. JSON file. Are you following me? So let us go to the place here. In this place, 9am. Look at, students, under the JSON, under the nodes. You see, mom, did you observe this kind of JSON source file here? And did you observe the inside of it some curly brace is there? Just increase, students. If you increase it, it will be like this. Are you observing this? This indicates what? JSON file format. JSON file format. So coming to back to its original stage. So now I will go to say this and go to this place. Now I can see. How do you see? Double click on that. It is going to open it. It is going to open it. Are you seeing that? Of course, it was opened in VS Code. Right now, don't worry about it. You want to open it in Edit Plus. It is my data saved into that. And don't think that it is saved iterable object. Here, this is when I get it back, it is in which type? Dict type it is. Dict type. So that point you try to keep in mind. Okay. Next, I want to go for what? Reverse. Reverse means what? JSON file data to dict object. I want to get it. Shall I? Okay. Next, I'm going to take up. Online students, is it clear? Is this concept is clear? Quick. So done. Next, I'll go to the another representation. Easy, not a difficult. Python program for reading which data? JSON file data into dicta object. Dicta object. Come on. I'll do by using, or I can say something like this. To save like this, I said. To read, this data here. To read, shall go for to read which data? JSON file data into which object? Dicta object. We use what is this? JSON dot load of what is this? File pointer. Where the file pointer by default points to? Hmm? File pointer by default points to where? Ma? File pointer by default points to where? File pointer by default points to where? Yogesh, perfect student. 0th index of the first letter of the file. That is the beginning of the file. Explain or not explained? Explain. అన్ని ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాం. మీకు గుర్తుండదు. అభిమన్యుడు పద్మవ్యూహంలోకి పోయేటప్పుడు కృష్ణుడు ఒక కథ చెప్తా ఉంటాడు. పోవడమే చెప్తాడు. మీకు తెలిసి ఉంటుంది ఆ కథ. దట్ స్టోరీ యు నో. ఈస్ గోయింగ్ ఇన్, ఈస్ టెల్లింగ్ సమ్, Arjuna is telling to his wife when he was inside the stomach, he said how to enter into the Padma Yugam. Then Krishna came and disturbed that story. Why? Because Abhimanyu may be a competitor for Krishna. Like that, he disturbed. And he was stuck up in the Padma Yugam whenever the battle is going on. Even I don't know properly. Whatever I am sharing. The morality of that story indicates as long as I am explaining, you are remembering. Once the next class is coming, today's class you are forgetting. That is the relation is what? Forgetting problem should not be there. Disturbance should not be there in your time of learning. You have to remember everything. I don't know whether you connect that story and this story, I don't know. So coming to the point of it. So that I already said, even how do you find the location of it? Tell. To reset my file pointer, I will use seek function. Even in our media player, in your car, there is a music player will be there or not? Seek means whichever song you like, you can play. You can reset to the beginning also. You know. So come on to the point of it. Which concept I need to use? Tell me. File pointer by default pointing to starting record only. We can read that. Understood? Tell me now. What operation this is? Read or write? Read. Read means how many steps? What is the use of read operation? First of all, to read the record from the file of secondary memory into the object of main memory. Which object I am going to get it in? Dict object. From which file? JSON file. So JSON file must be opened in which mode? Read mode. Tell me how to open it. How do you open it? With open. Sorry. Here with open. Here I will write it. Come on. With open. What is that now? JSON file name. What is my JSON file name? I will take up. This entire thing I will take up. This entire thing I will take up. This entire thing. Comma, what I will write? Or as what? FP. So FP is pointing to whom? Starting of the file. That is the first letter of the file, originally speaking. Yogesh. Correct. So if this file is not there, what is happening? Right? I will write exception. What is an exception here? Except. Come on. File not found error. File not found error. So there I will write what, mom? File does not exist. File does not exist. File does not exist. Okay. If file is existing, what should I do? Load. Come on. JSON dot load of FP. Load or loads of load FP. Where is FP is pointing to JSON file, first starting entry of the file. That's the first letter of your file. zeroth letter of your file, zeroth record of your file. There I will import what? JSON, which returns what object? Dict object. Dict object. Okay. Print of dict object data. Dict object data is equal to dot format of dict object. Dict object. Dict object. I just put it across. Okay. So I'm going to write it. What is this now? JSON file to JSON file to dictobj dot py. Py. Easy. Easy. Not a difficult. So let us execute that. Try to execute students. Py. Py. So I got my data. Which part I got it? Which part I got it? Hmm. Which format I got it, students? From the file I have employee data. I got it in the form of what? Dict object. Dict object. I want to read the data. How do you read the data? As you know already. As you know already. Print of some line here. I will write it. Hmm. Tell me how do you write it? For k in dict obj. What are the values are coming here? Print of k. Only keys are printed. You know that. Only keys are printed. I want to get the values also. How do I get the values now? How do I get the values now? Dot format of k comma v. అక్కడ v ఉందా ఇప్పుడు? మధుబాబుల, if already I wrote one format called k comma v, so here dot what items of. If I write like that, you can say v and all those things. This is anyhow you know. This is anyhow you know. Now our intention is to use another format. So I want to go for it. Key. What should I write it? That is an important. So Uma is perfect. Dictobija of K. చెప్పానా లేదా ఇది? Explained or not explained? Explained. Where? Dict beginning only. Dict data type time only explain. So this is called what here? Comma. Dictobj. Dictobj of what? K. K. So dictobj of K. So here it is going to be like this. So here what happens? One more bracket on. Two brackets. What happens here? Key error is coming here. It is going to be like this. Dictobj of key. Of key. Open this. This I need to remove. This I need to remove. I need to remove that. Execute it. Dictobj, did you mean that dict? Dictobj. For loop. For loop. Spelling mistake. So got the data. Got the data. సో నేనేమనుకుందాం అనుకున్నా అంటే while I'm childhood days, when I was in the school, in our school there is a one good practice. English or English plus Hindi. What is the system in Hindi and English classes? Sorry, hard